Hey guys, so the date on your paper is wrong. This is from last year, so it's a wrong date. So I just fixed it here, so go ahead and fix that. And today we're going to talk about exterior angles, theorem, and polygons. Okay, but before I do that, we're going to work on this review real quick. So make sure to go and log on and print this out, or download it and open it up. You can open it up on Edge, and you can actually write on it. Okay, go ahead and do that real quick, and then press continue. All right, so determine if the given polygons are concave or convex. Remember those two words? Concave meant with the dent in it. Remember that? So go ahead and write concave or convex on both of these right here. Okay, good. This one right here has a cave on it, right here and here. Do you see how the dent is? So if I extend this line, it travels inside, so that means it's concave. This one does not have any dents on it, and if I extend all these lines out, these segments, when I extend them, they will not travel inside. See how they don't go inside the figure? So this one's called convex. See, none of these segments go inside, so this is called convex. Okay, now remember number 2. It says find the value of angle ABC. So angle A, B, turn and go towards C. This angle right here is the one we need to find. So we did this yesterday. And there's a video. So if you don't remember this, you could rewatch the video and then come back and answer. But remember that all the angles must add up to a certain number. So remember that you count the number of sides, right? And you subtract 2. And you multiply this, because this tells you how many triangles there are. You multiply this times 180 degrees. And that gives you the total, the sum of all the angles. That gives you the sum of all the angles. Go ahead and do that. And then find out what x is. So if you count all the number of sides, there's 7 sides. So you do 7 minus 2, the number of sides minus 2, times 180 gives me 900. So adding all these angles, the measure of all these angles, I should get 900. So I'm going to set up my equation. So you count how many x's there are. So there's only one x. I'm going to put x plus. Now I'm going to add up all these angles right here. So 157 plus 124 plus 125 plus 162 plus 107 plus 114. Add that up and put that in your equation. Okay, so I have 7x plus 789 because that's how much all the sum of these angles was 789. But all of them, including this angle here we don't know, have to equal 900. So then I solve this. So you just use your algebra. So you subtract from both sides. 789 minus 789. And you do that. Go ahead, subtract 900 minus 789. Sorry. So x equals, right, this cancels out. This becomes 0. So 900 minus 789, what does that give you? Good. You should have gotten 111 degrees. So that means that this angle is 111 degrees. So go ahead and add 111, 157, 124, 125, 162, 107, and 114. The sum of all of these interior angles must equal 900. That's how we check to see if we got it right. Go ahead and do that. Okay, it does. The sum of all of these interior angles equals 900, and that's what it should equal. So we did this correctly. Okay, let's go on to the next problem. Okay, this one's asking, what is the value of angle B? So angle B is right here. So I need to find this, the measure of this angle. So I need to first find how many degrees must be in here. What is the measure of the interior angles, the total sum of the interior angles? So angle B plus angle A plus angle E plus angle D plus angle C, what did those equal? So remember, you count the number of sides and you subtract 2. And you multiply that times 180 because that n minus 2 tells you how many triangles are in this figure. So the number of sides, so count the number of sides, subtract 2, that tells you how many triangles there are. and each triangle is 180 degrees, so you multiply it. Go ahead and find that out. What is the sum of the interior angles? Okay, so 5 sides minus 2, so there's 5 sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. 3 times 180 is 540 degrees. So the total sum of all these angles is 540 degrees. All the interior angles. So let's go ahead and put our equation. So find out how many y's you have. How many y's do I have? Great, I have 3 y's. So I'm going to put 3 y's. So 3 y's plus, now find out all the sum of all of these. 108, 106 plus 9, but then minus 37. So plug all those into your calculator. Okay, good. You should have gotten 216. When you added 136, 108, 9, and then minus 37, 216. But all of these angles, all of these 5 angles must add up to 540 degrees. Because that's what we got over here. Okay, so then we draw the line and we solve. So go ahead and solve this. Solve for y. Remember the steps. You have to subtract 216 and then you divide by y. Go ahead and show all your steps on your notes. Make sure you're writing this down because you get to use your notes on your tests and on other assignments. Okay, so you should subtract 216 from both sides. So 3y equals 324. Then you divide by 3, right? Divide by 3 and you should have gotten y equals 108. So the question said, what is the value of b? The measure of angle b. So this is y minus 37. So y is 108. So I'm going to put 108. 108 minus 37. Go ahead and solve that. What's 108 minus 37? Good. You should have gotten 71 degrees. So the measure of angle B is 71 degrees. And then go ahead and find angle C. So 108 plus 9. 108 plus 9. What is 108 plus 9? He should have gotten 117 degrees. So angle C is 117 and angle D is 108 because it's just y. So go ahead and add these up. Add up 108 degrees plus 136 degrees plus 108 degrees plus 71 degrees and 117 degrees. You should end up with 540. Go ahead and try that and make sure. Great, it does add up to 540 because all the measures of any 5-sided figure, the interior angles must always measure 540 in a 5-sided figure because this rule always works. Okay, that's how you find the sum of the interior angles. All right, we're going to move on to new. All right, first check your work and make any corrections on your notes, okay? Let me know if you have any questions. Okay, answer these on your paper real quick. You can look them up. They were on your notes from yesterday, or you can look them up on Google. But go ahead and, like, how many sides does each polygon have? So, like a decagon, that has 10 sides. So I'm going to write 10. Triangle has 3 sides. So I'm going to write 3. Keep going on your paper. Okay, next it says, what is the sum of the interior angle in each polygon? So to find the interior angle, I have to do the number of sides minus 2, right? And then times 180. So you do 10 minus 2 is 8. And so 8 times 180, what is that? Good, it's 1,440 degrees. So that is the sum of the interior angle of each polygon. Good job. So let's do one more together and then you guys do the rest. So this one was a triangle. So you're going to do 3, the number of sides, minus 2 times 180. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So 1 times 180, right, is 180. So the sum of the triangle of all the angles in one triangle is 180 degrees. And we already knew that. But see how it works? So go ahead and do that for all of this, and you'll find the interior, the inside, all the inside angles will equal 180. Could take a minute to finish that. Okay, now we're going to talk about the exterior angles, the outside angles, okay? This is a lot easier than interior angles because the outside angles of any polygon, any one of these is always the same. It's 360 degrees. You don't have to count the number of sides. You don't have to do any work. They're always 360 degrees, always. So you could put always on here. It is always 360 degrees, all of the time. I put a video on Canvas. It's just like 5-second video. You push the button and it'll show you a picture of how this works, okay? So look at that. Take a break from this and look at that real quick. Okay, now we're on to the new information. We're going to practice this. We just said that the exterior angles always will add up to 360 degrees all of the time. And if you looked at the video, you saw that these, when they come together, they make a circle. So if I were to cut up all these exterior angles, if I were to cut these pieces off and put them together, they would make a circle, all these angles. There'd be 138, there's 100, they would all make a circle. So a circle is 360 degrees, right? So these would add up to 360. Same thing with this one. All of these angles right here will add up to 360. So all I have to do now is just write my equation. So look at number 9. How many x's do you have? I have 1x. So I'm going to write 1x plus, now what are your degrees? 97, 138. Add that up, and they are going to equal 360 degrees because they are exterior angles, and in every single figure, the exterior angles will always add up to 360 degrees. Go ahead and add them up. Okay, this is a 97. See, this is a 7. So I add all these up, and I should have gotten 235. Then you just solve. You subtract 235 from both sides, and what do you get? What is x equal? Good, you should have gotten 125. So the measure of this angle here, x, is 125. So if I add up 125 plus 38 plus 100 degrees plus 97 degrees, that should all equal 360 degrees. Go ahead and check. The sum of the exterior angles of any convex polygon is going to give you 360 degrees all the time. So add those up and double check. Okay, let's move on to number 10. Try number 10. Okay, remember, if I add up x plus 147 plus 102 plus 50 plus 95 is the sum of the exterior angles. The sum of the exterior angles should always give me 360 degrees all of the time. 360 degrees. So adding all these up would give me 360 degrees. So we have to set up our equation. So let's count the x's. There's only one x. So I'm going to put x plus, now count up all the other measures. 47, 102, 50, and 95. Add them all up. And that should all give you 360 degrees. And then you solve it. So add 47, 102, 50, and 95. What do you get? What's the sum of those? Okay, awesome. You should have gotten 294. So now solve it. Subtract 294 from both sides. So what does x equal? Okay, good. You subtract 294. So 360 minus 294 gave you 66. So x equals 66 degrees. So this is 66 degrees. So if I add up 95 plus 66 plus 47 plus 102 plus 50, that should give me 360 degrees because the sum of all the exterior, the outside angles, all of them, have to give you have to add up to 360 degrees. The sum of all the exterior angles will always equal 360 degrees. Okay, go ahead and double check it. Add up 50, 95, 66, 47, and 102, and you should get 360. Check it to make sure, and then we'll move on to number 11. Okay, it did. So we got, adding all these exterior angles gave us 360 degrees, which is correct. All right, let's go to number 11. Okay, let's try number 11. So it's asking, what is the value of the measure of angle A? So the measure of angle A is right here, and it's an exterior. See how it's on the outside? So that's an exterior angle. I'm just going to put EXT. So exterior angles must always add up to, good, 360 degrees. So add up all of these. A plus 65 plus 60 plus 120 plus 75, and they should equal 360. So first let's add the A's. I only have one A, so I'm going to write A plus, now add up all of these measures. What should all of these add up to be? What do they add up to be? Good. They added up to 320. So now all of these angles plus angle, this angle right here, have to sum up to 360 degrees because they are exterior angles. Now all you have to do is subtract, right? And then you found your value of A. So minus 320 on both sides. Okay, you should have gotten 360 minus 20 gives you 40. So angle A is 40 degrees. Now add them all up to make sure they equal 360 to make sure you did it correctly. So add up 75 plus 120 plus 60 plus 65 plus 40 and make sure that they give you 360 because they should always, the exterior angles will always sum up to 360 degrees. Okay, we're going to do two more together, 12 and 13, and you can do the rest on your own. But if you can rewatch this video, because I'm putting the video up also, and the Edpuzzle. But the Edpuzzle is the grade, so this is the grade. So let's look right here at this one. So I want these exterior angles, not the interior. I want to know M. So M is part of the exterior angles here. So I know that the exterior angles will always equal 360 all the time for every single problem. If you want exterior, something on the exterior, like I want to find M and that's an exterior, part of an exterior angle, I'm going to put 360. So now we're going to add all these up. So 3M plus 2M. This one doesn't have an M. Here's 1M. So this is 1M. So 3M's plus 2M is 5M plus one more M. Good, that gives you 6M's, right? 3M's plus 2M's is 5. 3 plus 2 is 5M. Plus 1M gives me 6M. Now, I don't have any degrees here, nothing here. Here's 100, right? 100, and here's a 2. So 100 plus 2 is 102. All right, then I just solved this. So I wrote my equation. Now I draw the line down the equal sign, and I solve. I have to subtract, right? 102. Go ahead and pause this, and you try it. Try working it. Okay, so you should have subtracted 102. So you 360 minus 102 is 258 divided by 6, right? To get rid of this 6 here. And you should have gotten 43 degrees. So M equals 43 degrees. That's not your answer. Oh, it is. I want to find 43 degrees. So M is 43 degrees because I wanted to find the value of M. But now sometimes they're going to ask you for all of the measures. So let's go ahead and find that. So this is 3 times M. So 3 times 43. What is 3 times 43? And then this one's 2 times 43. And this one's 43 plus 2. Go ahead and find these 3 measures. Angle measures. Okay, so this angle measures 129. 2 times 43 is 86, so this one's 86. This one we already know was 100, and 43 plus 2 is 45. So if you add 45 degrees plus 129 degrees plus 86 degrees plus 100 degrees, you add all of those, you will get 360 degrees. You should get 360, and you did it correct. If you don't get 360, then we made a mistake. So go ahead and add them up and make sure. Okay, great. It is 360. All right, let's try one more. Number 13. Okay, again, you're finding the exterior. It wants x right here, and x is an exterior. It's outside. So every single figure, polygon, your exterior angles will always equal 360 degrees. Okay, so they're going to equal 360. So put equals 360. Now, add up all the x's. So 1x plus 3x plus 2x plus 4x. So let's add up. 1x plus 3x is 4x, plus 2x, 6x, and then plus 4x. Good, you should have gotten 10x. Yep, 10x. And now you just saw it. There's no other numbers here, so that's it. So just solve. You don't have to subtract or anything. Just divide by 10. Go ahead and find your answer. Okay, you should have gotten 36 degrees. So that means that this angle here is 36 degrees. Go ahead and find this angle right here. This is 3 times x, and x is 36, so 3 times x. Good, it's 108. So 108 degrees. Now let's go ahead and find this one. This is 2 times x. So x is 36, so 36 times 2. Good, this is 72 degrees. So this angle right here is 72 degrees. Now let's find this last angle. This is 4 times x, so 4 times 36. 4 times 36. Go ahead and do that real quick. These are parentheses. So 4 times 36. Good, it's 144 degrees. So let's add those up. They should add up to 360, or we did this wrong. So this is 140 degrees, 144, plus 36 degrees, plus 108 degrees, plus 72 degrees. That should all equal 360 degrees. So go ahead and add that up. Okay, great, it does. So what we just learned today was the sum of the exterior. Exterior means outside, right? Like exterior paint outside. The sum of the exterior angles will always add up to 360 degrees, no matter how many sides or angles your figure has. Okay, every convex polygon. So the convex polygons will add up to 360. So you're going to work on the rest of these problems on your own. Okay, find the value of x, and then find this. This is 1, and this is 2. So find those. Okay, you do this one. Find the value of x, and then find this one here, 4x and 8x. Okay, let's move on to number 16. Okay, find the value of x. Remember, all of these must add up to 360. So add up all your x's first, and then add up the other degree measures, right? 50, 43, 74, and 37. Write the equation. They should always equal 360 degrees. If you don't remember, you can go look at the video that I posted, which is the exact same video as this one. Okay, let's move on to 17. Okay, go ahead and find the value of y, and then 2 times y for this one. Okay, on your paper from today's lesson, what should you remember about polygons and the exterior angle sums? So what is the sum of the exterior angles? Remember, they have to add up to all of the time. Okay, then write yourself a note or something you might forget when you start working on your Canvas homework, or maybe even the exam, because remember, you get to use your notes. So write something that was troubling for you so that you can remember. Okay, so on these are not exterior. These are inside. See how these are inside? And see how these are exterior? They're outside. So they're different. Exterior will always add up to 360, right? The exterior angles, the sum of the exterior angles will always. So that's not true with interior. Remember, for interior, you always have to count the number of sides. So you have to count the number of sides, which is n. Then you have to subtract 2, always. Then you multiply that, because that tells you how many triangles there are. Then you multiply that times 180 degrees to find the total interior. And that gives you your sum, which would be right here. Then all you have to do is add up all in this case, it's their ends, the unknowns, right? So I have 2 ends. Then you add up all the degrees, right? 6 plus 135, 62 plus 151 plus 140. Then you solve your equation. Okay, so do these do number 21, number 22, and number 23. Okay, that's it, guys. All right, so this was for today, April 28th, and tomorrow, April 29th. On Friday, we are doing something else on, we're going to start parallelograms on Friday. So you will have another video to watch and an assignment. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.